Yeah, I don't never start until I see my screen. So I'm off the air.
Okay, that's
Bugs on the mic, you know the show. Turn it up loud, let the whole world know. Straight out of Rustin, reppin' on the flow. Dallas Cowboys on my chest, let the star glow. Bugs got the podcast, speakers on blast. Talking about the game, every moment gon' last. Snaps in the back, bass hitting low. Crowd in the stands, watch the energy grow. Cowboys Nation, ride or die crew. If you doubt the star, we coming for you. Told you so. Yeah, I told you so. When them Cowboys win, everybody know. I told you so. I told you so. From Rustin to Dallas, let the fire blow.
once again, I'm back with you for another spin of Cowboy Nation, or how we do it. We're in Oxnard right now. We're in training camp right now. We're in California enjoying the California breeze. But you know, it's changing faces in Dallas. In Cowboy Nation, the faces are changing. And you know, first of all, I want to welcome to Oxnard, California, the following players: Revels at corner, Overshawn at linebacker, Carson at corner, Bland at corner. I named these guys because we were hampered last year. What people didn't pay attention to were those names I called out. They didn't have a training camp. They was on the PUP list. They was on the IR. Not giving excuses, I'm giving facts. But hey, we welcome them to Oxnard right now with open arms, including the addition of Kenneth Clark, including Gary. We brought them along too, as well as the rookies. Of course, because Christian Parker, shall I call him Chef Parker? Because Chef Parker was allowed to take the bank and go shopping for the groceries. He shot for what, 6 defensive players that are going to guarantee to make an impact on the Dallas Cowboys season. So hats off to Chef Parker, the defensive coordinator. You guys need to get to know the brother. You know, because what we bringing in with this Parker defense is an amoeba defense. I'm speaking of defense first. I know I normally talk about the $60 million man first, but I got to bring on the biggest change in face in Cowboy Nation. It's on the defensive side of the ball, right? Because we brought in an overhaul of possibly 8 different position changes starting the season. Think about it. The linebacking core is a whole new linebacking core with the addition of Overshawn. The defensive line is a whole different defensive line without Clowney, without the troublemaker Michael Parsons. Michael who? It's things like that that people hadn't paid attention to the overhaul of the Cowboys defense. Those are the changing faces, James Wade. You got to pay attention to what I'm speaking. The changing faces. Y'all keep saying, oh, it's the same old Cowboys. Maybe so throughout the media, because that's what sells in the media. But notice, the media cannot strike up any type of controversy. There's no noise coming from any agents from the outside world. We have no disgruntled players because of contract. Everybody is actually on the same accord. But I'm going to give you one notice, Mr. Marcus Edwards. Y'all pay attention to this kid out of Ole Miss. Mind you, he was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Y'all don't do y'all research. If you check his numbers, they equaled up almost to the same measurements as the one guy we traded to Green Bay. Facts. And now Sam Williams is at his natural position, outside linebacker. That makes a difference on our defense because we have nobody now that's out there guessing what to do. In Christian Parker's defense, Sam Williams knows exactly what to do. No, I'm not here to talk about Caleb Downs right now. I'm here to talk about people that we already have established as Cowboys, Pastor Cook. We got Sam Williams going to play his natural position. Everybody's still screaming about, oh, Michael this. Michael's still trying to get back on the field. Michael who? I'm just giving you facts. Okay, so we changed the linebacking core. It's all new linebackers in the middle now. Overshawn's coming back healthy. Now, that's the key to this time of year. Remaining healthy in training camp. I know it sounds so bleak and so obscure and so small, but surviving training camp, that's one of the best things we can focus on. Because if you notice in other camps, you got the kid from Atlanta, Mr. Walker, may have torn his ACL and LCL, done for the season. You look at the Patriots, their wide receiver, Mr. A.J. Smith has a dislocated finger, just a small injury. We even lost one of our own, Mr. Christian Fant, Princeton Fant, not Christian, Princeton, out for the season. And you look up there in Chicago, Kobe Bryant, Mr. Edwards, he's hampered right now with a hyperextended knee. You got to make it through training camp. We can talk about the Cowboys going this way, going that way. Possibly saying, people saying, oh, this is our year. But we got to make it through training camp. The good thing about being in training camp, we got bodies on defense. You talking about bodies. Look at the defensive secondary. Y'all keep counting out Caleb Carson. Mr. Carson's back with the training camp this year. You counted out Siobhan Rebels. He's back with the training camp. Mr. Pick Six himself, Deron Bland, he's back with the training camp. We got a whole defensive overhaul on defense, ladies and gentlemen. Changing faces. That's the title of this program today. And again, remaining healthy through camp is the key thing right now because we're seeing so many people falter. Yeah, we got to give it our all, maybe 90% through camp, because truth be told, the starters of the Cowboys possibly won't see any preseason snaps. I'm going to just let the cat out the bag. If you already know or didn't know. But we got to try to make it through camp, remain physical. Being physical is one thing that has hampered the Dallas Cowboys. We have the physicality of the players, but they don't put it to use. We got to get physical not only on defense, but also physical on offense. But the thing about it, remaining in the trenches, being physical, moving mountains with Mr. Quinn Williams up front. Moving mountains with Ezraku blitzing off the end. Moving mountains with all defensive line that we have because we deep on the defensive line. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys defensive line depth go possibly 8 deep. Strong 8 deep. Strong. Yeah, Butler is good too, but Butler may not make the cut right. Our defensive backfield is so deep. We brought on people from Denver. We brought on Mr. Thompson from Arizona. At the safety positions right there, Kobe Durant. We brought him on at the corner. We all already had Bland. We already had Caleb Carson. We already had drafted Siobhan Rebels. And as you mentioned, Butler, So we deep at the cornerback position. That's why I mentioned that we have depth. Now, after this commercial break, I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the other side of the trenches because we got a new player over there. He's an old player, first-year player, second-year player, and I'm going to give you guys a hint. He kind of reminds me of a guy called Nate Newton. We'll be right back after this commercial break, and we'll talk a little bit more about the offense.
We take the show on the road. Live, record, stream, everywhere.
Click like and share. Go on Facebook, click like and share.
I told you so.
Get the numbers up.
This is exactly.
Welcome to the Blue TV AI Media Studio, where stories come to life. The future of media starts here.
The offense. Over the last several years, the Cowboys have had what we call an all-pro offense, but it just didn't get us nowhere. But one thing I want to bring up first, I think Jaden Blue is smelling the coffee, right? The noise is quieted down about RB2. I think he understands now from the snap, you got to be at 100% speed. Blue is finding his way. Whoa, Nelly. If Blue finding his way, backing up Javonte Williams in that backfield, it's going to be trouble in Dixieland. I ain't got to promise you. I'm just telling you the facts. He just didn't know how to hit the NFL hole because he was treating it like it was NCAA. This is the NFL, Jack. You got to be 100 miles per hour on every snap. He understands that. And we're going to see a much different Jaden Blue this year. And whoa, Nelly. It's going to be something exciting because you're looking at a 1-2 punch that'll get out of hand very quickly and we can just run the game out. I'm just giving you props of the Cowboys offense. I know we're going to have people to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's awful. It's an awful reason why people are quiet right now, trying to find something to talk against the Cowboys because they know the Cowboys smell something. It ain't stinking. But what I'm really trying to figure out, maybe y'all can help me, because I don't think wide receiver number 3 is solidified with Ryan Flores. I'm just saying, we got Scallon. We also got the kid out of Eastern Carolina. We bringing it back the kid from Oregon that we got from last year. We deep at wide receivers, Red. Who is wide receiver number? It's not Turpin. We are so deep at wide receiver number 3. Everybody's focusing on CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Florida right now, I don't think is locked in at wide receiver number 3. What you mean by that, Bug? Which means it makes Dak Prescott even more dangerous. That's what y'all got to realize, that what we got at my quarterback. And At wide receiver number 3, where everybody keeps trying to say we should bring in this person, that person to make a difference. I've heard of Butte from New England. I heard rumors of him. Of course, we heard rumors of Diggs. No, we don't need all of that. We got something right there on our offense that's going to be deadly. Whoa! Well, I'm telling you, explosive. I ain't telling you just off of what I'm bumping my gums about. Y'all must forgot about Trigg that we drafted out of Baylor. Trigg is finna push Jason Ferguson. Well, Ferguson, he finna push Ferguson right on off the Cowboys team. Trigg is a phenom, a freak by nature with a wingspan at tight end at 6'4". I think he got a 7'2" catch radius. Oh, that's good. Hey, y'all, that's humongous. So anyway, he spread his hands, he should catch the ball. And he's making an instant impact in training camp. And let's get to this point. I think we got a Nate Newton 2.0. Y'all remember how bad Nate was? Cold as hell on the offensive line. One of the best to play the game. Y'all need to focus and watch Mr. Tyler Booker. The kid is learning the game and he's mashing on people. We got a Nate Newton part 2. Tyler Booker. Stay focused. You're going to keep watching Tyler Booker all year on that front line. Maybe become an all-pro this year. Speaking of the offensive line, Tyler Guyton, from my understanding, he has won the left tackle position. Him and Nate Thomas, he has separated himself at the left tackle position from Nate Thomas in competition. Meaning Nate now may push Steele on the other side because Nate can play all the positions. So our offensive line is getting tougher and better. Because as long as we keep number 4 upright, y'all talking about winning the division. I want to talk on the other echelon. I ain't going to say it just yet, Ricky. But I'm thinking higher than just winning the division. Keeping my quarterback upright with the monsters in the trenches on the offensive line. I told you about the trenches on the defensive line. Now you got to face Booker, Beebe, Smith, Guyton, Steele, and possibly Nate Thomas and Steele don't come through. You got to face some monsters up on that front 5. And with the way Tyler Booker playing right now in the trenches, health, that's the key. Remaining healthy throughout training camp, because the starters, again, I'm going to repeat this, the starters won't see many preseason snaps, if any. So we're trying to walk into camp, out of camp, healthy. And again, Trigg is pushing Ferguson. Y'all going to look at that undrafted free agent on the field, making plays, because now life is easier than it seems for Dak Prescott. 10th year in the league or 11th, you no longer have to, when you see double team, you no longer have to force it, because if you see a double team, you know somewhere you got a man one-on-one. Dak has elevated his game mentally. That's why they keep the conversation of the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl open. Because the game is played 80% mental, 20% physical. And Dak, hopefully, because he's my quarterback, has figured it out. Because Jerry's giving you a buffet now, Dak. You got Pickens on one side, Lamb on the other side. Pick your poison. You got to gamble on number 3 wide receiver. Is it going to be Scallon? Is it going to be Flannery? Is it going to be the kid that we drafted? I mean, that we traded to get from Carolina, Mingo? I'm just telling you, is it going to be the kid from East Carolina who's making an impact already in camp? We deep at receivers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And children of all ages, that's what makes the Cowboys dangerous. Nobody want to talk about that. And if you turn it on ESPN and you keep listening to the people talk about, oh, we're giving the Cowboys under 9 wins, make sure you look at who that reporter is. She's an Eagles fan. Even Stephen A. Smith got the hush mouth about the Cowboys right now. He got the hush mouth because Jerry ain't talking. Aha. Another thing that has me believing that we got our game plan in order. When have you heard from Jerry? He ain't caused no commotion. Even though he put on the air yesterday, at any time he can stir something up because he's great at doing that. Booker will be the best guard in the NFL this season, barring injury. Because I have to keep Dak Prescott upright. Dak got too many weapons right now to make a mistake. If he throw an interception, it better be off of a tip ball. If he gets sacked, it better be because Steele missed his motherfucking block. Excuse my French. I've been wanting to get rid of Steele for the longest, so I may have different things to say about that guy. But you got to protect the $60 million man. With Booker, BB, and Smith right there in that middle, that's why Jaden Blue gonna have a great year at running back number 2. Will, I got a bet with you for November 11th. We got Caleb Downs versus brother Other Downs. We're gonna see how it comes out. I'm taking on all bets, ladies and gentlemen, all year, because the Cowboys got something to show you guys. We are the greatest show on turf 2.0. That's why everybody got all eyes on the star. Now, after this commercial break, I'm going to come right back. I'm going to talk to y'all about some of you guys' team. I'm going to talk about the little trade that we might be making. And I'm going to get y'all insights on how things are going in y'all camp. So I'll be right back with y'all in about 45 seconds, maybe to a minute.
Take your podcast on the road with Blue TV. Our mobile studio is equipped for live streaming and 4K production. With premium sound and Starlink internet, you're ready anywhere. Blue TV, live, record, and stream everywhere.
I told you so. This is exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh, you're dealing with sciatica pain, can't sleep at night, migraines. Your body just don't feel good like it used to. Tell you what, give Jalen Ferguson a call at Alpha Performance and Wellness. Jalen Ferguson is a mobile chiropractor from state to state, parish to parish, county to county. And when you call Jalen, make sure you tell Jalen that Derrick sent you. I'm looking for somewhere to lay my head. Not today, not tomorrow, for the future. Get on the phone and call Jeremy Brooks right now. Jeremy is one of the nation's top leading brokers, and he's located right here in Texas. You know Jeremy. I know Jeremy. Jeremy's at home right now waiting on your phone call. Give Jeremy a call today and make sure you tell Jeremy that Derrick sent you. Looking for top-notch, top-flight detail, executive, transportation? Look no further than Dedrick Cheney. Give Dedrick a call today. Dedrick can secure you personal security detail from New York to Chicago, Vegas to Miami, Houston to Dallas. Transportation services are also provided. And when you get in touch with Dedrick, Make sure you tell Dedrick that Derrick sent you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have on one of the shirts myself. Produced by Shell Williams, owner and operator of Custom Pleasures. C.D. Lamb is the guy. You know what he do. Hey, she does party favors. She even does fans. Even get it of your favorite team. Money bouquets, class reunions, church picnics, church events, any type of special event that you want to get your custom gear personalized. Give Shell Williams a call today and tell Shell that Derrick sent you.
Welcome to SoFi. Check out my custom Sienna. Let's get in and take a ride. Smooth ride. Time to roll.
Hey, man, I want to shout out to my sponsors, y'all. All the people I called out, including Blue TV, y'all need to stay in touch and tap in to their services because they definitely can help you. And definitely, if you got it from me, you know I use their service because I highly recommend it. Now, let's get into some trade smoke. All right. Jerry threw that out there for y'all. So everybody waiting every day to see if Jerry gonna make a try. I gotta take my glasses off of this one. Cause I need y'all to look at me eye to eye. Jerry got y'all waking up every day thinking there's gonna be a trade done today. Tomorrow when y'all wake up, y'all gonna think a trade is gonna be done today. Because that bait is out there. Don't fall for the bait. That's just to keep you watching because he's no longer stirring up the controversy. So that may be all smoke. People want us to go get Max Crosby. They want us to go get Jordan Brooks. Jerry may pull a hat out his ass and go get somebody that nobody was ever expecting. Definitely not going to be a quarterback. Definitely not going to be a running back. Won't be a receiver. Won't be an offensive lineman. But Jerry may just use that simply because he has the leverage and people don't pay attention to the long term of chess. The game is still being played. After the season, we're going to be dealing with a situation of signing George Pickens. Guess what? Jerry's going to franchise George Pickens. Again, leverage. It's the game. Jerry may use, if we do spend that first round draft pick, that's how Jerry's going to gain it right back by using Pickens. They're going to pump Pickens' numbers up. They're going to stamp that franchise on Pickens. People are going to die that pick. They got to give up 2 first-round draft picks. Jerry still wins. You got to play the game. Chess is not a, oh, make this move, or it's over tomorrow. It's longevity. It's patience. And it's a quiet game. That's why you haven't heard anything from Jerry Jones. And I don't drink no more. I think Tony Romo should take that same obligation. That was the dumbest, I watch a lot of crime TV, and they show a lot of criminals doing the, the DWI walk. But it was his wording of his statements that told him, give it up. And everybody want to bring out, the former quarterback of the Cowboys. No, he was, but he's the analyst for CBS. Make sure you mention that first. Tony, give it up. Donnie Graham said, well, if Jordan Brooks signed a new contract, well, that's some smoke that we're going to trade for Jordan. So it's only Max Crosby out there for people to throw their hands up and wait on. And again, I'm going to repeat, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cowboy Nation, don't look for the starters to get much snap in the preseason. I don't think Jerry's going to risk anything, not even a broken toenail. No starters for camp. So, hey, I got one more to tell you about. And ladies and gentlemen, Jerry's going to actually add curtains to AT&T Stadium. He had it set when they previously built the establishment that we could use it against our opponents, but it actually was hurting us. So he's going to go ahead and add some curtains in the stadium. Of course, they're going to be paid, probably due to them taking off the name of the stadium that they use for the FIFA. They had to pay for that. That's Jerry's word. And then let's talk about this right here, the NFL news. The extension that the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver received. I'm going to go back to say it again. The extension. Because people don't know what extensions are. The extension is the tail end of their current contract. And that's the thing about it. Zay's contract is based upon after his current contract ends. So quit jumping on the scene thinking Pickens gonna get this and Pickens gonna get that. One thing about the Dallas Cowboy team that if nobody have noticed, they all sign unified. If you ask any player on that team about any type of contract talk, they all sound like one Dakota Rain Prescott. I'm just gonna tell the truth about it. Come on, Brittany. Your dad's a Cowboy fan. Hey, I know that. One thing about the Cowboy conversation, listen to each Cowboy when they get interviewed. They all sound like Dak Prescott. They tried to throw George Pickens a bone. Ask George Pickens about the contract that's going on, and Pickens hit right back with, I'm just here to play football. I let my agents do that talk. And the crowd got quiet. So you can't throw controversy at my Cowboys. You can talk back whatever you want to talk back over years to come. Yeah, who cares? I care. It's been 30 years since we won a Super Bowl. You guys know that better than I do because you know more about Cowboy information than you know about your own team. But it's one thing's for sure, two things. Hate us or you love us. You got that option. But hey, we're out there in Oxnard right now. We're going to bring this thing on back to Cowboy Stadium pretty soon. I know we got the Saints coming in town for a preseason game. You know, we got the Eagles coming in town. We got the Commanders coming in town, the Tennessee Titans coming in town, and we also got the San Francisco 49ers coming in town. I'm going to definitely be in the building for that one. Never seen the Niners play. I'm also be in the building next week when the Cowboys go out to Frisco. They got open practice. Oh, I'm going to be there. And guess who else is going to podcast live from the Star in Frisco? It's your boy. Yeah, buddy. I would damn sure be there. So you guys join me. Come on out to the Star in Frisco for open practice when the Cowboys come out from Oxnard. We're going to go live. We're going to have fun, enjoy ourselves. And until then, keep your heads up and your prayers up, and we'll talk again later.
Take your Flyers to another level. Call Coach Blue today.
Welcome to the Blue TV AI Media Studio, where stories come to life. The future of media starts here.